Hey everybody, welcome back to Photon Photography. I'm Jesse Laval, and today we're going to be going over how to set up your Canon R6 for YouTube videos. I've noticed a lot of people are searching for video setup using the Canon R6. I made an older video about that a lot of people are looking up, and I wanted to make a refreshed version of that because a lot of my video setups have evolved a lot over the last couple of years, and I wanted to show you two setups that I use for making videos in this room right here. I'm going to show you the setup that I'm using right now, which is kind of like if I'm feeling lazy and I want to put as little amount of effort as possible into it. I'm just going to use my tabletop setup, which is what you're viewing me from right now. Now right now I have the Canon R6, a small rig cage. I've got two different lights set up. I'm using a lume cube and a lume panel. I've got the lume panel as my main light, and I've got the lume cube as my catch light for my eyes. I'm then using a Hollyland wireless lav mic that I've got connected on top of my smart rig cage, and that's connected to my wireless lav mic that you're hearing the audio being recorded from. And a couple of different extension arms that are holding my lights. But this is a very, very simple setup that you can use, that you can kind of just set up. I'm using the RF 35mm f1.8 lens, so I am able to get a decent amount of bokeh when I have it pretty close to my face like this. And again, this is just kind of the setup that I've fallen into as far as like, if I just want to use kind of a low maintenance setup, this is what I use. The place where I record a lot of my videos is small, so when I set up a separate tripod and a separate light system, it tends to take up a lot of room. It just takes more time and more effort to set up. Now I am going to show you how I do that and what it looks like, so that's going to be the next setup that we go to. So this is how I would set up a majority of my YouTube videos, and now I'm using the Canon RF 50mm f1.8 lens. Because we're now using a little bit of a longer focal length lens, we're going to get a little more compression, we're going to get a little more prevalent bokeh. It's going to look a little more cinematic if that's what you want to call it. I've now opted to use a separate LED light panel that's kicked off on its own light stand. So you're able to have a little bit more customability to where you can set that light, and I still have my small rig cage connected, my top handle made by small rig cage, my extension arm that's then connecting the lume cube panel, that's what I'm using for my catch light for my eyes now, and I'm still using the Hollyland lavalier mic system. I'm using a Bond photo tripod to hold the whole camera. This is what I use to set up, like I said, a majority of my YouTube videos. The other thing that I use is my Pixel G1 RGB lights that you see behind me, and I can set them to really whatever color I want. I usually go with blue and red, and I just set it to one side and the other, and that just gives it a little bit of pizzazz in the background so that you have some nice color to kind of look at if you get sick of looking at my face. Now one thing that I will show you guys is that I do have my really professional setup diffuser for my LED light. So check this out. This is what I use to diffuse my light system, and it actually works really well. So even though it might not be the most professional way to do it, it does actually work in a pinch. I don't have a diffuser that goes over this LED light. I should have gotten one a long time ago. I just haven't. I do this every time. It works so well that I just haven't had to do anything else, and I still do it this way. So I like to keep my videos short and sweet, so hopefully that helps you kind of understand how I set up some of the scenes that I use in my YouTube channel. Hopefully it'll help you set up your camera so you can play around with some of the different things that I showed you. These videos do take a lot of effort to get out there on a consistent basis, so it would really help me if you go below, subscribe, click the notification bell, maybe even drop a comment down below, and I'll see you guys on my next video.